Right now we're talking about high protein diet, and there's debate between Milos Sarcev and George Farah about high protein diet. Is high protein diet is dangerous? And we also come special person for in this debate is Nick Rigili give his opinion about high protein diet. What you all guys think? Let's talk and discuss together. Like I said before, we're gonna talk about high protein diet and is it really dangerous or not? We all know Milos Sarcev and George Farah have a really strong argument in the bodybuilding world right now about high protein diet. Is this really dangerous for your longevity and for your future? And what's the side effect of the high protein diet? But first and foremost, we're gonna watch Nick Rigili, okay? Recently put up about the videos high protein diet, and I think he making shotgun to the George Farah about high protein diet that George Farah always approach and telling to all of us. So basically, George Farah said if you eat more than 25% of animal protein, you're gonna have a cancer or anything, okay? For reduce your longevity, for making some inflammation or something it's not good in your organ.
But what I'm trying to tell you is I found out because of my kidney problem years ago, 20 years ago, I didn't need that much. Bro, you don't really need that much. That's why I took somebody like Kai from a pound of meat at each seating 6 ounces. Now the 6 ounces, of course, they have 40 some grams of protein in it. We're talking, but that's Kai, 290 to 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He's getting about like 1 gram plus per pound. But not like these guys want to do like 600 grams of, for what? It's not gonna do you any good. He's gonna wreak havoc. There is a reason a lot of the bodybuilders, they have kidney problem. What's the reason? The use of anabolic and high protein in
his entire career as a bodybuilder, as a coach, as a writer for muscular development, on the forums, everywhere, has always talked about how high protein diets are important for bodybuilders to use to build muscle and repair. He always was a believer and an advocate of using high protein diets with bodybuilding.
And that's also my biggest question. Why George Farah it's really so fast and so quick to change what his statement, okay? He said the Harvard University, some research, some the journal. But back then when he was in bodybuilder, okay, and writing in the muscular development, Nick Rigili said he always one of the big believer of the high protein diet. And even he always said high protein diet is important. Why right now he said and changed what he's talking about back in the day? Like we all know, we all get the reason that George Farah is have a kidney problem back in 20 years ago. We're gonna continue this.
George Farah, as of late, has been talking about like 1 or 2 research papers that came out saying that high protein diets lead to renal toxicity. Now, this all just started after he got cured of cancer. Now, I don't know if that is why he started talking about this. Maybe he read something or believes that something happened to him because of this. I don't know. But it's just very bizarre as of late why all of a sudden he's changed his tune about high protein diet. And I'm not saying you can't change your mind or we can't evolve as a world and say, oh shit, we learned that this is what happened. High protein diets have been studied for way longer than I've been alive, and I've never seen these type of research papers come out that George Farah is talking about or refer.
Of course, there's nothing the research and there's nothing the journal said if you eat more than 25% animal of the protein, you're gonna have a real toxicity, you're gonna have a cancer, you're gonna have a kidney problem. There's nothing research and journal like that. Come on. What? George Farah, yeah, he's talking it just because he want to get some attention for all of us, okay? Especially we all general people, the average person who don't know about the health, who don't know about something what the bodybuilding is. Look and see George Farah. It's really the scientist guy. It's really smart guy. It's really genius scientist. I think that's the goal and that's the purpose of the George Farah, okay? George Farah, if you know the history, so much what he's talking is really not true, okay? He always talking bullshit. I'm sorry, George, because that's what I'm always listen from all of the people and even the old school bodybuilder. George Farah is always not saying the truth.
You're talking about an anomaly. Like, you're talking about like somebody that's going into this diet, this high protein diet with an existing condition, a pre-existing condition, or maybe was prone to renal toxicity. You don't know all of that when you look at these papers. And at the end of the day, the main thing is, if you're trying to be a bodybuilder and you don't have any issues with your kidney or liver and you're perfectly healthy, there's nothing wrong with doing a high protein diet. Now, is it uncomfortable? Is it fun? No, it's not fun. It is uncomfortable eating all that protein all the time. But I think getting a variety of sources of protein is the key to make sure you're able to eat all that food every day in order to build the muscle you want to build as a professional bodybuilder.
You can have a variation of the variety of the source of the protein. Maybe you can eat the vegan protein, maybe you can eat animal protein also. There's nothing wrong if you eat more than 25% of the animal protein. It's not gonna give you cancer, it's not gonna give you type diabetes or anything, okay? Man, don't believe of the paper and don't believe about the research, the science. Just look at about how you feel, okay? Your body, it's not the science. Your body, it's not you can knowing how they work based on what paper said, okay? It just some journalistic who have some research about human body, but it's not real 100% accurate. In this world, it's always black and white, okay? Black and white.
Talking about the high protein intake that you and I did. You did the high protein.
Well, I know, but you said you always ate 500.
450 to 550.
Yeah, and George Farah would tell you no way.
But listen, okay, George Farah, just know that you have the appointment. George Farah mentioned something about Harvard University or whatever university, has shown the research that if you eat more than 25% of the animal protein, your longevity is like reduced. But what the cracker shit is this? Come on. You and I write down, I put my journal every meal, and even if you didn't write it, you were following something for years. You think that any normal people are going to actually follow what they tell them, and then they're going to calculate, now 25% we're going to do the animal protein, and you guys are going to be tested for 15, 20, 30 years, and you're going to do 30% here and 50% here, and you're going to test, and now we got the results, and these people died 17 minutes earlier. Come on, this is ridiculous. But people just, if it's studied, it's published, must be valid. No.
Imagine, okay, some people doing the research, okay, he's calling the people, hey, you gotta eat more than 25% animal of the protein and you gonna eat less 25% animal of the protein for the 15 or 13 years stretch, okay, and we get the results. And the people who eat more than 25% animal of the protein, it's really dying earlier. How they know? Okay? Are you really seriously? There's nothing people want to making some these stupid things for 15 until 30 years straight. There's nothing people want to doing that. Come on, guys, just use your brain and use your logic, okay? I think I cannot agree about George Farah's statement about high protein diet. Just eat in the normal range, okay? Just eat in a normal range, or maybe even high protein diet, but not really too high above your body weight. Yeah, Milos Sarcev is one of the big believer, is really high really super high in the high protein diet, but it's not really give you bad side effect at all. Okay, just seeing how your body work and have a research on your body. Okay, that's really the answer. So that's my things and what I want to talk and discussing with all of you guys. Hopefully this video can bring the benefit and value information to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host Joan Sagala signing out. May God bless you all.